This week on Gaming Dudes Podcast.
Mixed reviews. Yeah, you're always like, dude, you were always telling me like, don't care about the reviews.
Yeah, dude, I could care less. He inspired me. He made me what I am today in terms of my channel. That's what I was going to say. I was going to preface it with like, hey, this guy was amazing. I don't like him now. I just don't. His content doesn't gel with me anymore. He's trying to add this humor that just doesn't work. And people got on him a couple years ago for it. Like, oh, why are you acting so goofy? Like, what is wrong with you? And now my problem is, it's like, dude, don't be comical, okay? There's a place and time for comical. If you want to do that, that's fine. But you're not my guy anymore. If that's how it is, you're not my guy. You're not my YouTube guy that I gravitate towards. I'd rather have someone who's more like,
hello, and welcome to another episode of Gaming Dudes Podcast. I'm Brad.
I'm Spidey.
We're back.
Happy
Monday. We're on our back to our no, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So technically we're late again.
Happy belated 4th of July. Happy 4th for people. We celebrated. We actually had quite the celebration. It was fun.
God bless America.
Yes. But anywho, we got some stuff to actually talk about for once, instead of me just mumbling about Majora's Mask for.
We've had a lot to talk about lately.
That's true.
Think about it. We've had a lot to react to.
Plus, yeah.
Which I'm surprised I know there is that like indie game.
I'm sure there will be some that pop up.
What it's called.
But I think Nintendo was definitely the one we were hoping would bring out the big guns. So
Actually, Xbox brought.
Yeah, they did. They did. Unfortunately, Nintendo did not, which big surprise.
Anyway, so apparently, Xbox, which Spidey over here just informed me, September, jack up the price $2 more. Is that's
for
probably
Game
for the whole?
Pass,
That's
yeah.
for the PC one too. I bet.
Yeah, it is for every single one of them. So they're definitely.
My thought process on that is like, I understand people were like, oh, the economy is bad right now or whatever, but it's like, dude, that company is so rich.
I mean, but at the same time,
it's not about being rich.
Yeah, at the same.
Actually, it is about being rich.
Yeah,
it's like when McDonald's said they had to match inflation prices.
Yeah, it's like everyone's doing that.
Went way higher, but they went way higher than the actual percentage of.
Yeah, they're gouging people
economy
because they know people will line up in their drive-through and like eat them like they're freaking like daily. Seriously,
you hear how much companies make, and you're like,
oh,
your salary could spend money, could like have jobs for like so many people. Maybe you just can't have that private island anymore.
Yeah, it's like, or the yacht. The giant yacht.
That's what that makes me think of. It's like, okay, Xbox, like, I guess maybe you're suffering and need $2 more.
I mean, that's kind of, but that's how they operate, dude. That's how companies operate. They're like, whatever gets us money.
Oh, I know. They don't care
is money. They don't care. They don't care about little boys. The only people who seem to care are Epic Games. That's about it. That's your only company that cares because they give you free games, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they do.
So they care. But that's because Fortnite is making them like, they were smart. They banked off of Fortnite.
But all of Microsoft? You think all of Microsoft isn't making as much as Fortnite?
Yeah, I'd say so. But that's because they're the people who make 90% of the systems that people play the game on. Dude. So that's, like, but it's like Epic is still, that's what I like about them, is that they care. Obviously, Microsoft's gonna be like, dude, who cares, dude? They're like, they're not like EA, they're not to EA's level of being annoying, like putting advertisements in their games, which they're thinking about.
They're not. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I don't want to get upset because it's like, it's just stuff about money.
That's what
makes
it
me
is.
So irritated because people have a bunch of it and then they don't.
No, they're very greedy. That's how it is. They're like, oh, make money.
In some ways, I'm talking about things I don't understand, but it's at the same time, it's like, dude.
I mean, it was
Isn't
supposed
$2
to.
per person really helping you out, dude?
It was
So we're
supposed
about
to
to be at like already $16. So that
So
means
we're
it's
about
gonna
to
be
hit
like
20.
18. It's basically gonna be like 19. It's gonna be basically like $20.
You're almost hitting
With
20.
tax.
Almost
Like,
hitting
dude.
20.
$20 a month. Now, don't get me wrong. The amount of games you get on there is insane.
That's true, dude. It's like, dude, this is it's very much Netflix for gaming. You almost have too many games to play. I feel like you have too many. That's why, for me, I never even did it because I was like, I would be so overwhelmed with the amount of choices I had that I'd be like, what do I play? Like, what do I?
I might do it when the new COD comes out, just because I don't know if I'll actually.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out on the Game Pass.
No, that's smart because you don't know if it's going to be trash.
I don't even know if I am so far out of Call of Duty right now. I know I go through phases, but this is like the most I've ever been like, oh, I don't even care if it's not even installed on my computer. And for me, that's
I've been there for many years.
like, oh, dude, I don't want to play Warzone at all.
Yeah.
That's all I was playing for like.
Yeah, you were like, remember, dude, like we said, that was your kind of gaming thing for a while. Was
Can't do it. Warzone 1 was the best by far. So those days are just over.
and it was definitely and the funniest part about it was definitely the glitchiest battle royale.
I'm feeling this up.
It was the glitchiest battle royale in terms of in terms of the gameplay, but yeah, it definitely made an impact on people, which, like I said, I was not a fan of it. I was more of a PUBG guy. I preferred the I preferred the tactical element of it, where it's like, oh, you gotta, you bushed camp, you go around the huge map, which some people hate the huge map. One of our brothers does. He despises it, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like the big map because it means you have to, there's a lot of chill time. You can kind of you're like, oh, do I want to loot that building? Do I want to do this? How do I get prepared? The best for this encounter, and I just like that.
Saying, as far as Warzone goes, Warzone 1 was the best.
Honestly, I'll even agree with you. I think Warzone 2, not so good. I didn't even play the new one.
I've ever played.
It was.
And I keep thinking, I keep asking my buddies, I'm like, is it just a nostalgic thing where I'm like, and they're like, no. Everyone I've asked is like, no, it is worse now than it was.
Well, there's also a point where nostalgia, a lot of times, and I'm not even trying to be like nostalgiaist, that is the case. A lot of times things were made with love. It's okay to say things were made with love back then. It's okay to say that.
I understand that, but I don't want to be saying something just because it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
If I'm saying something's the best, I want it to be because it was the best, not because.
But like there was an element of. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is there was an element of there's an element of truth to that, where it's like, oh, nowadays they rush games. Oh, they don't really care about like how good it is. Halo Infinite, like we talked about for
I understand.
A long
they
time.
rushed Warzone 1. It was the most rushed of all time.
But Warzone 1 also was made as like a gamble. They were like, oh, we'll just do this, and if it flops, we're done. Like they took a chance on something. That's another thing that made it good, was that it was a risk. They're like, oh, we took a risk, and the risk paid off. Because they didn't know if the Battle Royale was going to succeed. They had no clue, dude. You could tell they didn't even think it was going to succeed. They just, oh, this is a little side mode here, and then the whole thing becomes Call of Duty Warzone.
They spaghetti coated it together. It was made terribly.
It was made terribly, yes.
So they literally threw it together. Like, they literally were just like, here's a cash grab.
And they were very fortunate that it worked out. Very fortunate, because that's very rare.
It's so fun. It was so fun. I think it had the best map by far, the best mechanics by far. I don't even care about this new movement in the game. I'm going to be honest. Like this Omni movement.
Yeah, I don't understand I don't understand what they're pushing. I'm curious as to what it even means. Like what? So you can walk around like a boxer. What does that even? What does that even mean? Is my question. Yeah. I'm more curious. I'm more curious as to how does it play.
It'll affect things for sure. Like I'm sure it'll affect things. COD players are like so good. Like they love
the crazy movement.
They love finding ways to make the movement even more insane than it already was.
Which that's their plan, is to be like, oh, dude, glitch. It's like,
so I don't care. I honestly
I'm
don't.
with you
Like, maybe
too.
when it comes out, I'll care a little more.
I'm not a fan either, but that's just like that's how it is. Where it's like they're like, oh, dude, we got to go crazier. They're kind of pulling a Halo 5. That's what I see it as. They were like the competitive people really liked Halo 5 because of the insane like movement options you had. You had like you could like jet
like insane movement.
forward.
But there's a level where it's like, okay, dude, I don't care if I'm looking like an action star.
That's what Halo 5 basically was.
Playing the game, like I don't care.
It was kind of like a precursor to the oh, you're insane, like you're going around, you're flying around like phew, like jetting into the air, vaulting over everything real fast, freaking sliding like a king. You're just going like whoosh, no one can catch you. It's just it's nuts. It's nuts. And that's why I'm saying this is kind of like that. Like they kind of ease you into the crazy movement and then they go nuts with it, like insane. This is where it was headed, though. I mean, this is where
movement's insanely crazy already.
It's already crazy.
Dive, we got spike canceling.
But they're gonna go
auto attack sprint.
They're going crazier.
Insane right now.
They're going even crazier.
Yeah,
now.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be insane.
For me, it's like whatever. I don't care about Call of Duty at all right now.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat where I'm just like, dude, it's like rip COD. I had my fun. I had my COD.
I'm sure I'll get the itch at some point. But
I
was having a lot more fun with the multiplayer than I was.
Well, that makes sense.
Battle Royale,
because the BR is just like nowadays is
way more like relaxed. I'm like, oh, I'm just
you're in a controlled environment,
playing against the boys. Exactly.
You're not in the middle of a giant field, like a huge field where anyone can shoot you from behind.
I liked Battle Royales because of that aspect for a long time, because they were so like,
random.
Yeah, watch your back. But now I'm like,
it's just kind of annoying for me. Same with you. I'm kind of in the same boat where it's like, dude, you literally turn around and you're just dead. Like there's barely. It depends on what it is. It's fun sometimes, but dude, it does get old being like playing a game and then just having some guy aim assist me, especially in COD, to the ninth degree and murder me. It's like, dude,
I've really been enjoying Tekken 8 because it's even more controlled.
Oh, dude, controlled. That's one thing I love about games. Controlled environments are the best. I honestly am obsessed with them. I'm
like, oh, if I lose, it's because I messed up.
Yeah, it's not.
If I win, it's because I did well.
Well, this is going to sound like a silly.
I have to react to one guy doing one thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying fighting games are easy, but as far as like how many things I'm, directions I'm like worried about, it's just one direction.
Yeah, it's just one direction. It's literally a 2.5D game. I mean, it's very easy.
Until you can't move anymore.
It's very easy to do. Like it's not easy. I'm saying it's easier to handle in terms of like you're not going to lose because of some guy shooting you in the back. That's just not going to happen. No. Those are definitely. I mean, I've seen documentaries on that, dude. Those people are nuts.
But in a way, like it's different, and the parts that's different is like relaxing for me to play.
Yeah, I like different games too.
I'm having a good time, and I'm like sweating. I'm trying to like sweat and win, but it's like I'm really relaxed. Of like, oh, it's also really obvious when you do something wrong.
Yeah,
as opposed to in
freaking BR's
Warzone and stuff. It's like, did I do something wrong? Was this just luck? Am I just mad about it?
Also, Warzone is the most bonkers one, I feel like, in terms of the insane things that can happen. Yes, Fortnite's crazy because of gimmicks, but the difference is
the most insane.
The difference is you can kind of adjust with the gimmicks, is what I'm saying. You can kind of work with the gimmicks.
Like use the car
and use them to like we did. Like you can use those to kind of adapt to what's going on. Like with COD, you have to literally, if you want to actually do decent, which I don't care, because I never even cared about being decent at the game, to be honest. But when it comes to there is a point where I'm like, okay, I would actually, to even survive for, let's say, like 30 seconds, I would have to have some of those kind of things. And for me, I'm not that guy. Where I'm just like, I can't.
I like very quickly, like, first off, the aim assist is incredibly strong.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So right off the bat, everyone's like at least pretty good at aiming.
Yeah.
And you play on keyboard and mouse, that doesn't help.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
And then if you add the movement in, which for some reason, the new aim assist, my aim is like iffy, but even though it's really strong, I don't know why, but my movement is like what gets me.
It's the movement that's making people nuts. And movement is insane. It's crazy.
So that's where it's like, okay, so either I learn how to do this,
or I just leave the game,
just get dumpster,
or I just leave, which I did. I was like, you know what? This isn't what I.
Multiplayer, you can still like do things, and you don't have to have.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
It's not, but it's still definitely different in some ways. Like it definitely has some differences compared to how it used to be. Now the maps are obviously the same now, which is cool. But it's like yeah, the maps are cool, but I also am just like, dude, if like I had more fun with Fortnite than any of this right now in terms of
Fortnite's so fun.
It's really way better. It's way better than that, because it just, I don't know. It's just more than one thing.
The reason I got so into Fortnite is because if I get caught out in Fortnite, I have an option.
Yeah, you have an option. I'm
not just dead unless you're playing no build mode like a dweeb. But
yeah, that dude. If you're remember on this podcast, you used to play no build mode. There's a while where you were like
playing a build mode, and you realize you're just avoiding build mode because you're like, it's hard. But it's like, it's to me way more fun.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But it just took me being like, look, I suck. Who cares? Just play it, and you'll get better at it slowly.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, also what's funny is you can have absolute like morons you could play with, or you could have absolute geniuses. It's in between. So you can kind of have a nice mix. So if you want to actually practice, you can fight the morons or the bots, and then do better. I recently have been playing Wind Waker, and I've even made fun of Wind Waker on this podcast. I have, in terms of like how the dungeons are designed, and they are the easiest dungeons in the series. I will even admit that. I will double down on that opinion. It is the easiest. It is straight up the easiest Zelda game you could ever play. Honestly, you could like only because they have 4 dungeons, and that is my biggest criticism of it, or like 5. And I'm thinking in my head like, okay, you rushed this, so you only have 5. Did we not learn from Majora's Mask, where we only have 4? Like, and that's fine. That was console limitations. This is the GameCube. How are we having a hard time implementing more dungeons? And it's a great game. It's fun. But I'm still like, okay, so after this 5th dungeon, I'm just done. I have to do a little Triforce getting side quests on the islands, and then that's it. The appeal is going over the sea and finding the islands, and I'm like, but what about the dungeons? That's why I came here. Like, islands are cool.
Literally, both are like, I start talking about COD, and now you literally at the beginning of the podcast were like, oh, I don't want to get on a Zelda rant, and here we are.
I guess I wanted to slightly update a little bit of my gaming life, because I figured you were talking about the gaming thing. I was talking about it, and I felt compelled because I was just like, I'm not trying to
update my gaming life. I'm just trying to say, I guess that's what it turned into. But it's more of just me just being like fighting, like in a way, compared to all these crazy shooters out. Fighting games are like more chill. It's really what I wanted to be like.
Well, yeah, because that's very, like I said, it's very.
I turned to be talking about COD, which I always freaking talk about it. Now I even don't even like playing it that much.
You don't like it much, and you're playing it and talking about it. I've had that happen.
No, I don't play it. I do know. I haven't played it. I played the I don't even play the multiplayer anymore, but that was at least fun.
Yeah, but anyway, at least you had fun. But that's all I wanted to say. All I wanted to say is it's a great game.
With like COD, Zelda, Halo.
Yeah, because we were just jumping. I mean, that's kind of how this is.
No, I'm saying you, not jumping. I'm saying we always go back to the same.
No, yeah, it is the same stuff. Or Pokemon. Throw Pokemon in there.
Zelda, Pokemon, Halo.
Batman. We've talked about the Arkham games enough.
We've actually done really well.
A lot of the same things. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's because we have nothing, and that's the unfortunate part with gaming nowadays. Right now we have to wait. We have to wait for the next big event to show up and be like, where is this?
I don't know when it's gonna be, man.
Same. I had no clue.
Battle Royale was a huge boom that we got that last time.
Can we get another thing, please? Like, please?
Yeah, I'm ready, dude.
I'm ready.
It was my favorite genre for a long time. I'm ready. I am ready.
I have no idea what it's going to be. They basically have not been doing anything in terms of. I think we got a couple more years of this, probably decades, if I'm being honest. We got
I hope not.
I'm only saying because think about how think about the arena shooters and stuff. Those were at the top of the game. You know, they were the biggest. They were the biggest things out there, and then it took years. Some of these guys were probably old, like middle-aged by the time shooters finally
I guess League
changed.
was after all those arena shooters were around forever.
They were, dude, since Quake. Quake was like the biggest thing.
League was like a huge, like.
It was like one of the few times something changed. But now we're stuck in. Now we're locked in battle royale. That's what we are now.
Yeah, we're locked in heavy. And
it
feels like forever.
It has been. It's been like at least, I'd say 8 years. 8 years of it since
PUBG. Battle royale that I would care about at this point is if Halo did one.
I'm not trying to get on that topic.
Yeah, because
that's the only thing I'd be like, oh yeah, let me go back to playing BR again.
It's like it would,
at least try it.
Yeah, it would at least be cool. But because it fits Halo. Halo's been a gimmicky game since the beginning of time. Like it has been gimmicky. It has had
gimmicky.
I'm saying in a fun way. I'm saying you have your Slayers, you have your Infected, you have your this, you have your that. You have these wacky modes. You have Griffball. There's a lot of wacky things. So that's what I was trying to say about it, is like it's very like it's very weird. It's kind of like how Fortnite is now. Like it's got these different modes and crazy. It's basically Roblox now, but
oh dude.
It's basically Roblox, but I
don't know how I feel about that. It's fun, but I really wish it wasn't there.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting.
Nephew is like,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we have a lot of fun, but it's like we're always popping the random games.
It's about Roblox. It's about the Roblox side of it. That's what he's into.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what the heck am I looking at right now? Like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, it looks very poorly made. Some of them do, like really bad, and they're just random modes. Why would you want to play? Like, obviously, as time goes on, you're like, what reason would I want to do this? But he's young, so that's his thing. That's his. Like, that's his.
But yeah,
comparatively, even with Fortnite's fun, but I just mean as a whole, fighting games have been way more relaxing, and I thought that they would be super, like me, like feeling like I'm super sweaty, but I'm like, Tekken's very fun. It was fun then. It's fun now. And it's just like, you're just focusing on one thing. Even you played that one night.
Yeah, it was definitely
on, like, one thing. One opponent.
Yeah, and
even if he's kicking my butt, it's like I'm like, okay, at least I can see it happening and see like why it's happening.
And sometimes you pull off some flashy moves. It's cool, you know. There's a little bit of flair to it. There's a little bit of style. It's very dramatic looking, but it's also very calming in a way.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm with you there.
Anyway,
we got off top. Well, not off topic.
No. The topic was this. Yeah, the topic was.
It's going up $2. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't want to get too mad about money again, where it's like every time.
Yeah, every time where it's like.
Upset.
But it's
just annoys me.
I mean, I get it, because I remember when games used to be $60. Now they're $70. You know, it's like $10 more, and that's not a big deal.
75 or something. It's
crazy. Sometimes it gets higher depending on who you're going for. That's why I feel like indies are the future in some ways, because I feel like the big companies are going to be too expensive for people. They're going to start making crazy decisions. And in a way, Fortnite was an indie game, technically, in a way. Like, Epic was not this huge game like House where they made insane things. You know? Like, I just don't see... Yeah. And that's how I feel about it, is it's like, you know, I'm going to gravitate towards the indies. Also just because I want original experiences. Like, we've been having the same things over and over again for how long?
Yeah.
Same types of games.
Long time.
It's like when we talked about that, not to be off topic, but it's like when we talked about that Direct, 3 years ago, when we started this podcast, we had a Nintendo Direct we talked about. We're like, oh, they're doing the same series over and over again. Like, they're doing the same franchises. We got our Zeldas, we got our Marios, we got this, we got that. No one's being original. Or we got, next Call of Duty, next this, next that, which I like it. But I also think that we do need to have some more people come in. Come on, people. Let's have some new blood, please. Seriously, I don't care what it's for. Just get some new blood, please. New blood. I'm so tired of having the same big names: Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. Blah 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 blah. Always them. It's always them, and it's great. And I'd love to see Nintendo get a W for me, actually be good. But,
Look, give me Fable.
Yeah, give me Fable.
Give me a good Pokemon game.
Yeah. Give me a good Zelda game, please, for the love of everything.
That would be awesome, but that's asking a lot.
Yeah,
of course,
that's true.
At this point, so is a really good Pokemon game, apparently.
Yeah, apparently it is. Apparently it's too much to ask, and that's how it's been for me.
Apparently,
yeah, that's...
So, let's see. In recent dumb streamer news,
there's
some stuff not good. What's up?
But yeah, that's how I've been feeling with gaming as of late. I've been like, okay, do we have any new names? Or can I get some good games in the series I like? Please.
There's some interesting good games coming out, but
there are some
new games, but they're still the same.
Yeah, it's like here's the same thing again. It's a shooter. It's this.
Anyway, with news, so I didn't watch the video too much because I don't really care. I say I don't care, but I kind of do. We aren't going to watch all 15 minutes.
Midlife crisis.
I just want to get the gist. I want to get the gist of what she's saying, really quick. Just because I saw this and it's like right up our alley of being like, oh, complaining about having tons of money.
Mole. Ray, when will you upload on IG again? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I keep streaming too much. Okay, you guys want to hear what I've been going through in my head? Okay, in my head.
Interesting.
Addicted to GTA 5 RP and Elden Ring. I've been streaming too much. I've been having a good time streaming. So when I stream, I prefer to stream right now. So instead of taking the time to not stream and film more YouTube videos or film TikToks and Reels and take more pics and post on Instagram, instead of doing that stuff, I just stream.
I just find it funny that you're complaining about posting other places.
Yeah,
because it's like, dude, you're doing what you want to do and you're making tons of money. So who cares?
Doing more streams, and so I've been really angry with myself in my head because it makes me feel like streaming is good. Like, it's good content, it's fun, but it's not
smack the mic
the permanent content.
You know
what I mean? Like the content that people can find randomly and they will watch, and your channel grows. Like, the people that watch GTA 5 RP are here, but people that are going to see a clip of it somewhere are going to have no idea what the heck is going on, kind of thing.
What do you like? What is this?
What is this? I'm slacking in all areas.
Where is this even going?
I feel like I'm being a good streamer recently, but I feel like I'm being a horrible content creator when it comes to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You know what I mean? My last YouTube video did so well with Bella Porch. I uploaded that a month ago.
Who cares?
I've always struggled with balance. I also do
you want your entire life to be this? Because that would be miserable.
I always have. It's like I want things. Like, I wanted to do workout content. I want to do more videos with my roommates. I want to upload more, do more photo shoots and upload more pics to Instagram. I want to do more TikToks. It's just easier for me to just go live. I like streaming right now a lot. I'm having a good time. I'm way over my hours. I'm pretty sure I completed all my hours for my contract for the rest of my YouTube
contract?
But I just love it right now.
Contract.
So yeah, I'm pretty hard on myself when it comes to that, but at the same time,
interesting.
It's on me to easier and faster for me to stream, and I love streaming. So, even right now, this is a testament to how I feel about it because I am so far ahead of my YouTube hours, but I still do it because I like to focus.
Still saying the same thing. Okay.
I wish I was the type of person that can wake up at 6 a.m., film a YouTube video,
film
a TikTok,
especially
film a
reel,
an Instagram reel, take pics for Instagram, and then stream for 8 hours, work out at night, and then hang out with friends, and then watch some anime and then I'm going to be 35, and then I'm going to be 36, and then I'm going to be 37, and then I'm going to be 38, and then I'm going to be 39, and then I'm going to be 40.
You get older.
And then, guess what? I'm going to be 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49.
Okay, so you know how to count. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Okay, relax. Okay. Guys, in the space of content creation, I feel at 30, it would be much easier to do lifestyle content or family content.
How in the world?
Yeah, it's just, I don't really understand.
30 is not easy.
Woman's acting like she's 80.
Okay,
I get the
I don't know why I raised my middle finger. I was trying to name off, and
not because she's not right.
But I'm in the gaming
right,
industry.
Because
you know what I mean.
But gaming, okay, dude, you've already made millions. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Sorry.
You could retire.
You could plan. Yeah, you could retire.
You could retire and just do one thing.
Okay, this is a bonus video. I don't know.
No, this actually ties into something. This actually does tie into something.
Well, I just mean, like, I thought that because the comments are stuff like this. Just going through thoughts every not wanting to waste time, but also wanting to not give up things we enjoy. The only difference is she's a millionaire, and the average person is 33 and has to work hard to survive or raise a family.
Exactly. But
she gets like cooked, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like
it does help having a few $1 million in the bank account to deal with a midlife crisis, to be fair.
Also, midlife crisis. You're 30. Don't you get that at like 50 or like 40? I feel like you're really starting to.
That's a question. I think I had mine at like 25.
I still have. So, and I'm not even. Yeah, I'm a young boy, and I'm having like a little. And same with you. I mean, we're both not old men. It's not like we're old men. We're both kind of.
That's true.
That's the thing. This is what's funny about this. It's about doing everything. Well, this is actually good because it does tie into something about balance. Because a lot of times people struggle with balance, balancing good things and things they want to do. You got good things, you got working out, you got sleeping well, you got this, you got that. And then you got the fun things, the gaming, the content creation, the game development. For me, all this stuff, you got to balance in life. You have to make a choice. Every day you got to make a choice, and it's never easy. But here's the thing. I've noticed a lot of times when I start actually focusing on the important things, the small things actually get done. But for her, she doesn't have to deal with that because all the important things are done in a way. She's working out already. She's basically got probably quite a sum of money. And she has all the good things focused on.
For sure.
So why is she not focusing on... And the thing is also, you want to do so many things, girl. You're one person. You can't do everything. You can't do
Even
everything.
With all the money, you can't. Yeah,
you can't do everything. Like, honestly, you're going to have to make some compromises. That's how life is. Compromises are going to happen.
Dude.
And that's okay. That's a natural thing. And also,
that's okay. Here's another thing I want to think about, even in my brain. But.
Second thing I want to tell her. If I were in her position, don't focus on solely one thing. You can leave something and then come back to it. You're in your 30s, woman. It's not like your mind has deteriorated. You have time on this planet. You can go from one thing to another. If you want to focus on something and really focus on it, you can focus on that instead.
I think the idea of I kind of think what she's trying to say. We skipped through it, so she could have articulated it better at some other point in the video.
Probably
is that age, like you become less cool, right? So like if not that you were cool,
I
like
see.
there's an age where it's like, oh,
this guy's
Valkyrie is 30, she looks like she's 20. So people watching aren't like, look at this old person. Like, we're still kind of like, we kind of grew up with people, because she's like my age. Like, we're like similar age. People in her and my generation, not that we're that big of a gap from each other, but it's like, we grew up with the same things in a lot of ways. Where it's like, okay, internet. Now, not everyone in my generation are into this stuff. It's not like so. I feel like Gen Z is a lot more like, oh yeah, this is much more in the culture.
Oh but yeah, the Gen Z is internet to the heck.
Like for me, like I'm in the culture big time, in the sense of like video games and liking, nerdy stuff and
same here,
knowing streamers and new games and like watching esports, and knowing memes and just internet culture basically. Like I know about it a lot. Like I'm involved, in the sense of like I know about it. I'm not usually too far out of the loop with stuff. Not that I try to not be. I'm just on the internet too much. But, I'm saying that like they say on the internet, like you age on the internet, it's like double your age, right? 30 is almost like I'm over exaggerating, but like 30 could be like a 50-year-old to some people,
Yeah.
It's like you're just like considered old, which isn't a big deal. It really like the thing that she needs to get through her head and that I need to get through my head is that's not,
that shouldn't hold you back.
It really doesn't matter at the end of the day because people watch people who are older all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Not that it's about people
PewDiePie.
who watch.
I mean,
not that it's just about people. He's been doing it it's different when you've been doing it for like 20 years.
Yeah, that's
and his audience is kind of like growing up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Some people are just like,
he changed his content. He stopped being so like PewDiePie.
Yeah, he left the 2010 Let's Play
matured
stuff. Yeah,
like dropped that stuff and was like his audience kind of grew up with him. So he's that's cool. You can. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying she's right. I'm saying I get where she's coming from. Where it's like you get in your head of like, okay, I'm 32. Like I think she's 32 or something. She's like, I'm 32 or whatever.
Why am I doing this? This is like immature.
Imagine if I. No. I'm saying if she, like you said, if you can go and come back, you're not that old. It's like in internet years. It's like, oh, you can go for 2 years, but it's gonna come back. It feels like 8. Now you're 35 or whatever, or you know what I mean.
I guess for me, I'm just like, dude, I listen to singers, and when they get older, they sound better. I firmly think that I've heard a lot of people who like their voices get fuller. Frank Sinatra, obviously I talk about him, but when he was young, he sounded like a squeaker. I hated his singing. Like I didn't hate it, but it wasn't as good. And I feel like with age, some things do get better. That's just how it is. Like some things get better, some things get worse.
There's a lot of things that get better. Absolutely. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about strictly an internet standard.
Oh yeah, because people are
literally
you look so old. This, that. Oh, this person's like
not that it is what it is. Like your age is your age. I don't think that should stop you from doing anything. But I'm saying I'm not even saying she's right. Like I said, I'm saying I understand.
You're like, oh, who's this old timer? Is what she's saying essentially.
Not that what I think, but she thinks that other people think that, and I understand that.
Yeah, I can see that.
People think that.
I can see that too.
If I was a kid seeing streamers and I saw someone who was like 40 streaming, I'd be like, oh, that's like I don't know what I would think.
You're like a little old.
I don't even know if I would think that. Because I watch people who are a lot older than me.
Dude, I watch guys who talk about guns. They're older than like some of them knew what World War II looked like or Vietnam. So for me, I'm like, oh, I'm watching this old dude talk about guns and shoot them off, and it's just funny.
But everyone keeps thinking about my thought process is, and I think you can relate and understand with this is the beauty of and the reality of it is if you have people who are older watching you, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. You don't have just a bunch of whippersnappers.
If you have an audience that's more, if you have an audience that's more with, that's like your age group,
and also they're able to comprehend.
Not that having the young kids,
not
that having kids isn't great too. You know, you could role model. You can do, like, I'm just saying, like, people my age. If I had like a bunch of 30-year-olds watching me, I'd be like, "This is shit. Like, this is chill."
Also, people who are older appreciate things more. That's just the truth, dude. As a kid, you take so many things.
Money.
You have like
they have
kids.
Their own money. They can give to me.
Kids
give to her.
Kids have like this. You know, when you're a kid, you don't really appreciate something. It's like when I was talking about games that I'm playing now and beating.
I think I appreciate stuff less now than I did.
Because for me, I appreciate things way more than I used to, dude. I would, like I said, when I played games, dude, I sucked. I would switch from game to game to game. Now I actually beat them, and I focus on them, and I get them done, and I'm like, oh, I like this.
I get that. I just mean in the sense of there's so much now. It's kind of like when Netflix first came out, or like going to the library.
Oh, like yeah, you're talking about that stuff,
you want to rent a movie. Renting a movie was like so exciting.
Oh, it was the most exciting thing ever.
You're like, oh, you see a movie, get to be, get
when
snacks.
It comes to movies, I don't appreciate them at all. That's one thing I do not appreciate.
It's still exciting. It's still exciting. It's still fun for me to watch movies, but I'm saying, like, when you're a kid, you appreciate it more because you can't just do it all the time. You don't have this now. At any moment, at any time, I can watch anything, pretty much anything from home.
Or I can just go drive to the theater on my own and just go see it in like heated seats.
That too, and that's actually more fun.
That is more fun. That is more fun.
You don't have to like. Now it's just you get everything. Same with games. It's like we were talking about the Game Pass.
No, the Game Pass is too much.
You're like, oh, I got a new game. I'm going to play the crap out of it because I don't have anything else to play.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to play.
Like,
I have like 500 games.
Oh, I could get bored of something and just not even give it a chance anymore and immediately pick something else. Like, immediately. I can be like, boring, next.
Yeah.
Whereas before...
It used to be like, oh, you're forced to play this. You know, you're forced to deal with the garbage and you're forced to deal with the problems.
I personally appreciated stuff more then than I do now.
Because
now it's just all infinite of things.
Because for me, I had a backlog.
I could play a new game every 10 minutes if I wanted to.
Because I had a backlog back in the day. You know, you guys had a small backlog. You had like, oh, you could play a couple Sega games. You could play a couple of these. I had your whole library, brother. I had your whole freaking library. I had game upon game upon game upon game. So I could play wherever I freaking wanted. I basically had everything.
You still were more limited than you were now.
I know, but I'm saying like I had all the games that were like huge, the games that were like people played and talked about. Yeah, and it's like I had these things, and back then it was way harder for me because I was like, oh, I suck at this game, I can't play it anymore because I suck. That's how it was, dude. And now I'm like,
definitely not great.
I was terrible. I even had a hard time with Wind Waker, like I brought up. It's a phenomenal game, but it's still. You know, it's easy. It's not a blind man, but expression wise, it feels like a blind man could play it. It's fun. I love the graphics, but it's just like, you know, it feels too, like I said, it was too limited. And what's nice now is when I look at games now, I have to research games that I play before I play them because I'm like, you know what? I don't want garbage. I want something. I look up genres. I'm like, oh, what is the best stealth genre? I'm very choicey now with my games. Like my library has not grown much because it's just like I'm looking for better games. I used to be like, oh, I'll play any crap off the street. You know, oh, there's a game here. And turns out it's garbage. It's actually garbage. So for me, it's like now I've become so much more selective with my games that I'm just like, oh, if this game is not good, if this game's not like at least an 8, get out of my library. Get out. It's terrible.
Yeah,
not even gonna touch it.
Well, it's flooded now too with like.
It's like I'm so tired of garbage.
I get what you're saying. But
that's why.
Anyway, there's perks to having adults in there. I am a grown man. I've been through a lot in life.
Oh yeah.
And just is in like I've been around 33 years as opposed to a 20-year-old, you know, or like someone under that age.
Yeah.
It's like not much to relate to.
No, there's not
that you
at
can't
all.
relate.
Not at all.
I'm saying, like, to me, the way she's talking about how you're aging up in internet years, that means hopefully you bring other people who I like, don't get me wrong, I love these young streamers that are these new ones like Sketch and Jinxie that are like
they're definitely
and being
good.
funny. Like, they're so funny to me. Like, I love their humor.
But they also remind you of stuff that was way back then.
I'm never too old to think that loud is funny to me. People like over exaggerate, if they do it right, it's really funny.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. Some annoy me. Some like Markiplier is so annoying. No offense to his fans, I just don't like him.
I'm more prone to like someone like Raynette, who's like chill.
Yeah,
he's funny. He's chill. He's older.
Same here.
He's my age. He's like around my age. He's like that's something that like Hafu. Hafu's like one of my favorite streamers of all time. She's so chill. Her streams are. I'll give an example right now.
Yeah, I do not. Also, I do not listen.
One more. Suffering from success. Just real quick, she just like.
Yeah, that's interesting.
People saying they're wasting their time are so strange to me. Like they literally do anything.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate. That's an unfortunate situation.
People just like kind of cooking here, which is funny, but.
Well, it's understandable.
There's a few things I got to show you. Now that we're on the topic of. But okay, so this streamer, like this kind of streaming is like more of what don't get me wrong, I love, I watch Jinxie, I watch Queso, I watch Sketch. It's been streamed in like a month.
Classic. The creators haven't done things for months, like me. In terms of my regular content.
She's like traveling, but I kind of respect people who can go and do the thing and like come back.
We're flying.
Which is like she's playing with Played Up.
Just straight up power sync, like what?
Like
coffee table, see, boom.
Mm-hmm.
What is this, ASMR? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, literally, she's just chilling. She's just like
playing a game.
In the background, playing a game.
I will say, what is this game?
I need the tomatoes.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's interesting. It's an interesting game.
Wait, you want to make
streamers play the games I would
like,
never
I should try
play.
music.
Like, it's her playing like Stardew.
Yeah, people love Stardew.
Super relaxed. Game she likes to play.
Which I would never.
This is the kind of streamer, dude.
I could never get into.
What I'm talking about.
Well, I could never get into that game.
I'm not like too focused on.
I'm not even getting into it. I'm talking about her just playing she likes
farming,
not just being like,
like having a good time. It's relaxing, like.
Yeah, it's very.
Anyway,
it's just it's very different. It's more mature, is what you're saying. That's what you're trying to say.
It's just chill. Yeah,
it is mature.
Also,
it is more mature.
I have played.
Stardew,
and it is fun.
But what I was gonna say is when you're talking about creators, I'm kind of the same way. I don't watch the same like a lot of. I don't usually watch people my age. Typically, they kind of annoy me. I'm not gonna lie. It's just me being honest. If you're in the 20s range, you're not good. I'm just being honest with most people I've seen. For the type of videos I like to watch, I just do not like it when I just see some guy going and telling me something and going like I'm here for you to educate me. What do you like about this game? I want to hear your opinion. What do you like about it? Why is it good to you? I don't want to hear, dude, this game's good, dude. This is so cool, dude. Love it. Whatever, throw whatever term you can throw at it, or this is cooking or whatever. Oh, this person's cooking. He be cooking, and I'm just like, dude, I feel like you make me feel like I'm 80.
Cooking right.
You make
right now.
You make me feel like I'm 80 years old. Okay, I'm sorry. I've never heard this. 7 years ago, when I was 18, no one ever talked like that. No one said cooking. No one said any of that. I don't remember it ever, and it's fine if you want to do it. That's your thing. But I'm not going to your channel.
Has lingo.
It's like I'm not going. I'm not going to your channel. I'm sorry.
We say like stick or dope.
Yeah.
Like our parents are like dope. Like what? You know what I mean?
And it's just like I don't need to hear. It's like, dude, I feel like I'm 30. Not even 30. I feel like I'm like 50 already. Okay, just hearing this lingo does make me feel like I'm 50. I'm not in touch, nor will I ever be with it. I'm just being honest. I don't go to those channels. I don't. Because I'm just like, I don't need some guy energetically going, ooh, look at how exciting this is. It feels fake. It feels fake as frick, dude.
Yeah.
It feels fake. I want to hear why you love this game. That's why I talked about Beta 64. I almost made a video about him recently where I was going to be like, oh, you know, he doesn't act the same. He's trying to be in touch. Like, he's obviously having some form of midlife crisis already. Because he's trying to fit in so hard.
You're gonna bash him.
He's trying to fit in. Well, I was gonna say,
the thing, if you made a video about him, he might see it.
Well, I was gonna say I appreciated his content. He inspired me. He inspired me. You know, he made me what I am today in terms of my channel. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna preface it with like, hey, this guy was amazing. I don't like him now. I just don't. His content doesn't gel with me anymore. He's trying to add this humor that just doesn't work. And and people got on him a couple years ago for it. They're like, oh, why are you acting so goofy? Like, what is wrong with you?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, what is wrong with you? I'm sure.
What did he say?
I forget. I think they called him like an incel, maybe. I don't remember.
Oh.
It was some insults, and then he was like, oh, I'll adjust it. He's like, I wanted to be 3 different things. He said he wanted to be an actor, and I'm like, he wanted to be this or that. And he's like, I want to be an educator. And I want to be like he wants to be goofy and act and like he's a skit type person. You know, he's very, and I'm thinking in my head, dude, that's not what your channel is. I'm sorry. That's not what it is.
Well, it can be if you want.
It can be, but it's bad. People will call you out. It is bad. I'm just being honest. It is bad. It is bad. It is objectively. And
what objectively bad.
That from what it used to be, yes, because he was very straightforward. He would criticize. He's like, "Oh, I used to not be very funny." I'm like, dude, those were glory days. That was heaven on earth for me. That was. Now you've brought in the world of the like Mount Doom. I feel like I'm at like Mordor listening to this man. Just like, oh, I'm climbing Mount Doom, having to watch his content. I'm just like, I have to like find one sliver of gold, and then I'll find one sliver of gold, and then guess what? It'll just like fade out. And for me, it's like, dude, bro,
cooking him right now.
You were my inspiration. You were my inspiration. You were my inspiration for my channel. You made it the way it is. You made me like YouTube. I wouldn't have liked YouTube had he not been around. I probably never would have made videos as long as I did, and still do sometimes because I can't do it. Like, for me, I just can't do it. I can't force something out of me that's not genuine. Like, I can't not be something I'm not. I just can't. I'm me, okay? I'm Seth. It's okay. I don't need you kids to relate to me. I don't need that. I don't need this I don't need to be this like, it feels like Fisher Price, to be honest. I'm not even lying, brother. In terms of how he's acting, it's like, dude, are you a clown? Like, what happened?
Some of his stuff's funny though, dude.
Some of it is, but that's the difference. He added something fun in, but everything else is bad. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I've watched like anything past 2021 is bad, and I don't want to make this just a bashing thing. But what I'm saying is, he was such an inspiration. That's how much it hurt me. I'm just being honest. It did. It did when I was young. It hurt me. It hurt me when I was younger. I was like, oh gosh, I lost my favorite YouTuber. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time. I loved it. You know, he was like the biggest up there. I just liked it because when he streamed, it was like you were saying with that chill girl. You know, you were bringing her up, right? You're like, oh, Hafu's very chill. He used to be that way. When he was in college, he was very calm. You know, and maybe he'd like throw a pun in or something or say some goofy stuff, but he was just kind of chill. You know, he was just like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. He was very calm. He was very, you know, he's like, oh,
I don't get it. This like 3DS video, the history of 3D with 3D is not a bad video.
No. I'm saying his streaming stuff. His streaming stuff is, and I feel like he's also trying to merge it together. to try to bring that style to his regular videos.
Yeah, he hasn't made a YouTube on his main channel in like
and it's like I saw his recent video and he's talking about how bad he was back then. You know, he was bashing himself, how he wasn't funny, how he wasn't great. Yeah, he might have removed the video, but he was like, dude, how bad this is. Funny? Yeah, now he thinks he's funny. Now and John, you also saw the Luigi stream before he became cringe. You got to keep in mind that was a little bit before the period. I have like a whole mental map of this. I almost mapped it out on a whole video. So
that thing wasn't that long ago.
Keep in mind that, but this is the thing. It was getting worse. So it's a recent change. It is a very recent change. But there were signs of it. There were signs of it on his.
He was live tonight.
He lost his cool. And for me, it's like I don't dislike the guy. I'm not trying to hate on him. He's still live. But it's like, for me, that was what I grew up with, and I like it. It resonated with me because he was just a nerd who didn't give a crap about what people thought. He wasn't like, oh, I'm not playing it up for people.
Woo. Is it just woo?
Yeah, dude.
Trucking? Oh, no. No, I never really thought about it before. Oops, I accidentally clicked back. That's my bad. Oops. Oopsie. That's my B. Oh, man, that's awkward.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Dude, but that's how streamers are weird, dude. Streamers, like, they think they have to say something the whole time.
He made a joke about that. He made a joke about it years ago. He was like, oh, you know how streamers try to fill time. You know, they try to fill time. He would make fun of that stuff when he was younger. And I was like, where's that Andrew? His real name's Andrew. Where's the Andrew I grew up with? Where it's like, you know, the Andrew that I liked. Where's Andrew from college? Andrew from college had the best streams I ever did see because he didn't even know what Discord was. You know, that was back when Discord wasn't a thing. This wasn't a thing. Like he was like, and Discord was around and he had no idea what it was. He's like, what the heck is Discord? What is this thing? They had to tell him. And now my problem is, it's like, dude, don't be comical, okay? There's a place and time for comical. If you want to do that, that's fine. But you're not my guy anymore. If that's how it is, you're not my guy. You're not my YouTube guy that I gravitate towards. I'd rather have someone who's more like, and I'm not kidding, John. That Smash Bros. Ultimate video he did in 2019, people got on him for going nuts. I could show you those clips next time you're around here, but they're rough, dude. They're actually insane. He sings the Persona song. He's like, wee, wee, wee. He's like singing the Persona song in like a weird falsetto, and I'm like,
speaking of old streamers, another chill one we used to watch.
That's the pain.
Was so relaxed.
That's the pain I wanted. That's the pain I wanted to give you. That was my pain I revealed to you. And I was going to do a video about it, and it wasn't just me bashing him. It was me being like, dude, I appreciated what you did so much. You made YouTube. I wouldn't be sitting in this room if it weren't for him doing a podcast. I'm not lying. I wouldn't be.
Yeah, dude.
If he hadn't done what he did. If he hadn't done what he did, I wouldn't be doing YouTube at all. I'd just be like, oh, I'm done. This Tobuscus thing is so cringe. I'm done. What's with this?
I love Tobuscus, but
I'm saying what I was doing. Like, Tobuscus is amazing because he's doing his thing. But I am a guy who's copying him. Okay? That's not something that's good. That's not good. You don't need a clone of somebody in terms of humor. You don't. That's cringy. That just is. But that's what I've said my piece. I've said my Beta 64 piece. There you go.
Definitely did.
I've said my piece. I don't. It sounds like I hate him. I don't. Okay.
I don't think you hate him. But back to So Eloise. That was one we used to watch, and it was relaxed.
Yeah.
She had music. She'd chill and play Hearthstone. She was adorable. She'd make a hot pot. It was such a good. It was so good. So many good streams. Legendary, like peak streams.
Well, her looks definitely help. I mean, that's just the voice helps.
Well, she's
the looks
back.
Help. Really? Is it the same? Probably.
Let me show you what her TikToks are real quick, huh?
Yeah, show me. You got me nervous now.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I'm looking.
What the?
Must not be showing the. Must not be showing the. I can look it up on my phone.
I'm showing you the wrong thing. Don't.
Oh, my foot.
It opened up to a different page.
Crushing my foot.
And she's fantastic. I hope she's doing well.
Dude. I like it.
Let's go body body boom boom. Body body boom boom.
That's funny. Same as ever.
One month cat workout result.
Yeah, she's the same. She's the same. Oh. The only girl who could pull that off and not make me want to shoot, or make me want to die. Yeah, I had to cut myself off there for darkness, for the dark. The darkness.
The dark?
The darkness of what I was about to say.
Oh, I see. I see.
That's why I was saying it. I had to cut myself off for the. Yeah.
5 characteristics of a
Want to keep this
bomb's instant noodles.
keep this clean.
Has no income, can only sustain themselves with instant noodles.
Oh, I thought someone was gonna say something.
Bombs gaming does nothing all day. Immediately starts playing games as soon as they pick up their phone. 3. Loves sleeping.
I can tell the boys are gonna perv out to this. But yeah, no,
Anyway.
it's good to see her back. It's good to see her back, brother.
Unfortunately, she's not streaming.
I see. Unfortunate. But
She
man,
does have,
she was good though. Remember the moments with her and Raynad where the guys like the interesting comments they'd say, the interesting things.
Those were the
The
days,
shipping,
man.
the people would ship them together. Yeah, see, even I have fond memories of that. And I was like probably a teenager when I saw half that stuff, and I liked it. Now I'm 25, and I'm like, where are these people? I wish they were still around. Even the people I talked about. Yeah.
It's making a game.
Hmm?
I said, Raynad's making a game.
Yeah, which
Eloise
dude
is apparently
in the old
making
TikTok zone.
Shorts.
Hey, at least they're not. At least
So bad.
dude, that's happened to me before too, man. I wish, like I said, that happens all the time with creators. You're like, oh, I wish they were here, and then they're gone.
It's like now Hafu also isn't streaming, so it's like, dude, what the heck's going on? Where's my relaxing streamers?
Yeah, dude, that's how it is. I've had plenty of people lost. Some people change, and they're still around. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're horrible now. Like I brought up, it's just like, stay yourself, please. Please, for the love of everything, be yourself. Please. Please, that's all I want. I just want a guy to tell me about video games and how they're made. I don't want somebody to tell me, or a girl that's, Chinese, very quiet, very cute voice, very calming. That's all I want. Just playing a game. That's it. That's all I want. Or I want Raynad, or I want, like I said, with these creators. And we actually,
we've talked about it so many times.
But actually, we did bring some new stuff in. We brought some new stuff in. I brought up some stuff from my past.
Oh crap! I was talking about. Oh, we did. No, it's not like
so. I'm saying we actually added. Thank God we added something new to the conversation because
there's a new. There's always something new. It's not like we're repeating ourselves. We just talk about the same stuff.
That's true. All right, what do we got?
This isn't basking in its praise.
The heck is that? Why do they have pictures?
I've been so excited for Once Human. Is it not? Did the launch not go well?
Oh yeah. What is that? What is Once Human? Have I seen it? Story-driven RPGs that are all about the characters. Sometimes you get a few dull presets and unattractive hairstyles.
But it's like, what?
What's
is it? I wonder what its Steam launch is at this point. Also, stop trying to get me to.
They do that all the time.
Give me pop-ups. It's like, I don't know. I don't want your notifications on my Google.
When I was a young boy, sites used to not do that. Sites used to be like, oh, we're going to mind our own business. Now you can't even read articles now unless you sign up. 6 out of 10. Wow, that's. I mean, I played a lot. I played some games that have been mixed reviewed, believe it or not, that I liked. So,
that's something we should get into next
because
I'm playing this game right now that has mixed reviews and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like just because it has mixed reviews doesn't mean nothing. I mean, most of the games I played. Also, dude, mixed reviews yet that? I mean, that's more than I was expecting a bigger drop. Yeah, like what were these people judge too fast, my man? People judge too fast on a game, depending on what it is. From what I read of what you were talking about, it looked cool. I was like, oh, this looks cool. Why would people bash it? Where's the bashing coming from? Where's the bashing coming from?
No, people are mad because your progression wipes every season.
Dude, that is a brilliant strategy, though.
It's the fun part of survival. Personally.
That's the brilliant strategy because that keeps people playing. Once you're like at the top, the game's not even fun anymore. That's why I restart games all the time. Like, let's say I have a skill tree in a game like Dying Light, I restart the game because I want to have the tension again. I want to have the tension, and there's still tension. You know, I still die a lot, but it's way cooler because it's like, oh, I don't have cheap moves I can abuse to, you know, manipulate the situation to what I want it to be. I prefer a survival experience to be a survival experience throughout. Personally, that's way better in my opinion. I'm with you. I'd rather not be at the top. You know, it's like, oh, I'm at the top of everything. You know, I can kill everything.
Mixed reviews. Yeah, you're always like, dude, you were always telling me like, don't care about the reviews.
Yeah, dude, I could care less. I got DLC even for freaking, you know, that old RPG maker that were negatively reviewed that I used and worked perfectly. I'm like just messing around with it. And I made like a whole visual novel with it because I was like, how are you guys complaining about this? I can combine visual novel gameplay with, you know, actual real gameplay. I think that's awesome. But for some reason people are like, it's bad. I'm like,
I know, I don't get it. What time are we at?
We are definitely at the hour and 8 minutes.
Oh, only an hour and 8 minutes?
Yeah, we haven't gotten so far over.
Well, anyway.
Yeah. We got to end because both of us, well, this man's got a job, so I will as well.
I ain't going to bed for a while, but God bless everyone. I love you.
Folks, that was a fun episode. See you next week.